They're back. What's up, my dudes? Jett versus Tomac in the first SuperMotocross Super Duper playoff. Okay, so I just thought it was kind of funny. You know, we get in here and Jett Lawrence passes Eli Tomac in the second moto. And everybody loses their minds, right? It's all like, you got all the little Jett Lawrence fanboys being like, oh, looky there, bro. Jett's better. We knew it. Jett's daddy, bro. He's daddy, bro. Tomac ain't shit anymore, bro. You know. And then you got, on the flip side, you got some Tomac fans that are like, oh, God. Oh, no. What's going on with Tomac? Oh, Jett just passed him. Oh, man. Oh, bro. Right? So, listen, bro. It's kind of been one of those things that's been built up, this whole Tomac versus Jett Lawrence sort of thing, probably more than any other couple of riders in the 450 class. It's been being built up ever since Jett went to 450. You know, this, are we going to see a Tomac-Jett duel? Or, you know, who's actually better? You know, all this type of shit. I don't know about you guys, you know, correct me if I'm wrong, but, there were two motos at this first SuperMotocross playoff race, and Tomac did win the first moto. Tomac did beat Jett Lawrence in the first moto. Okay, yeah, Jett got the overall, but like honestly, they really went 1 for 1. They really were basically actually even when you really sit down and think about it. It just, I guess people look at it like Jett, you know, sort of running Tomac down in that second moto and passing him and then beating him. It's just funny, man. People look at it like in such a short-term kind of way, you know. They'll judge if somebody's better than the other person off of not just one race, but one fucking moto. When the other guy won the other moto, they'll base it off of just an overall. They both go, you know, one of them goes 1-2, one of them goes 2-1, and they'll think one of them is just infinitely better than the other, right? Shit cracks me up, bro. Y'all are gonna have to calm down with that shit, boy. Gonna have to calm down with that shit, boy. Ease off the tee a little bit, buddy. Just kidding. Don't ever ease off the Lipton, dude. Suck a little more down, please. Oh, man. So, yeah. It was cool seeing them battle, though, bro. They really didn't even actually battle that much. Let's just keep it real. It's funny how anytime you get, you know, Jett and Tomac even remotely in the vicinity of each other in a race, everybody's like, that was an epic, legendary battle, bro. They passed each other once, you know, in 2 motos, right? Something like that. So, yeah, a lot of things get kind of, if you couldn't tell by my video and my, you know, talking about it, a lot of things with Jett and Tomac get a little blown out of proportion, get a little crazy, you know. My goal here is to kind of bring the logic back to it a little bit, but Tomac did go out there and win that first moto, bro. I ain't trying to take anything away from Jett, but it's like, you know, you also can't judge anything off of one race either. They're both coming off of the thumb injury, you know, Tomac coming off of that ruptured Achilles, but I feel like he's starting to kind of come around from that. He's not, I mean, I really feel like Tomac's really close to being like back to his peak level, at least where he was on that Star Yami haul. You know, it may not be Cowie level peak Tomac, right? I don't know if you're ever going to see the true peak Jett Lawrence versus peak Tomac on a Cowie type vibe situation. You see what I'm saying? But I promise you, you want to start talking about 1v1s, you set down a prime Tomac on that Cowie when he couldn't win a championship to save his life, but he was winning like every main event, right? You set him down with the, like, Jett Lawrence right now type 1v1. I mean, promise you, you wouldn't be thinking what you're thinking about Jett Lawrence right now. You see what I'm saying? But Jett is the up-and-coming guy. I feel like Jett is a little more in his prime right now. Tomac's kind of just a smidgen over the hill, I would say. He's still capable, but it's not like comparing, you know, actual full-blown prime Tomac to full-blown prime Jett Lawrence. And like I say, I don't think you're ever going to see that. But even just like in the 2024 Supercross season, there was like one or two moments where there was sort of a Jett versus Tomac battle. And of course, Jett came out on top in most of those situations, I believe. But again, that's Tomac coming off of the ruptured Achilles. Home dog really wasn't the same Tomac the whole year in Supercross. He had moments of it, right? You know, St. Louis, for instance, that's a race where Jett got clobbered by Barsha Boy and shit, you know. Tomac went out there, I think he won all 3 races, I'm pretty sure, that Triple Crown, so... but it just comes down to a game of millimeters, you know. It's like all the fan base tries to turn it into this, oh, yeah, this guy's so much better than the other guy type shit, but the reality of it is, you know, had Tomac just been able to hit that quad in that one rhythm, one of those laps towards the end of the race, he would have probably won that second moto. You know, so there's just a lot more factors to it, I guess. You can't really just automatically say, you know, oh, yeah, you know, that was Tomac's chance to prove he was better than Jett, and he didn't do it when he literally won one of the 2 motos. That's stupid as fuck, bro. That's dumb. That's dummy shit, boy. You know what I mean? So, it's going to be real interesting to see. I don't know really what's going to happen in these next 2 SuperMotocross races, but going into next year's Supercross, I think you're going to see a lot closer of a true battle between Tomac and Jett than you did in 2024. Something about Tomac, man. He's got something back that he just didn't have through the 2024 Supercross season. I'm not saying he's going to be totally back to prime Tomac, but he's definitely going to be more than he was in 2024 if he stays injury-free, okay? And that's the thing Jett Lawrence has been able to do pretty good, other than his collarbone injury on the 250 when he flipped over. But other than that, he's been pretty injury-free, which makes a massive difference. You know, that's a big part of the... I mean, if you took the injury factor out of it and, like, there was just no injury system to it, then there'd be a lot of guys that would look a lot different than you think that they are. They'd look a lot better or faster than you think they actually are. You know what I mean? I mean, that is certainly a factor to it. The styles of Tomac and Jett are completely different. Tomac, a hang-it-out kind of dude. Jett, a technical kind of dude. I don't think Jett went for that quad, like, not even a single lap. I do think if Tomac would have been able to complete it towards the end of the race, that's when he started kind of fumbling it a little bit, and I think he wasn't used to hitting the alternative slower line as much as Jett was. I still think the quad was faster, but Tomac just wasn't able to do it for whatever reason. I don't know if the track just got so ruddy towards the end. I don't know what the deal was there, but yeah, so, and even at the end of the day, I mean, they fucking left Sexton in the dust, bro. Like, you can't really, I mean, it's like, both Tomac and Jett, I feel like, are literally on the same level right now. I mean, they're literally, you know, above anybody else by quite the long shot right now, you know. And they could still have their bad races, and Sexton could come back and have a good one. You know, I'm not saying that can't happen, but... You know, it's, I think Jett was getting Tomac a little on the entry of the sand section. I remember seeing that and saying that before they even said it on the broadcast, but he was sort of doubling into it. Tomac's kind of rolling into it a little bit, losing a little bit of that forward momentum into the sand. Jett was catching him a little right there, but I mean, Tomac was staying ahead by hitting the quad. It's just kind of towards the end of the moto, that second moto, Tomac stopped hitting the quad, so then he would kind of like brought him back down that little extra 2%, you know, and allowed Jett to get up there like that. So, yeah, it's fun to watch them too, man. I think they're always going to race each other straight up, you know, there ain't going to be no funny business going on. Yeah, it's just cool to see, bro. I wasn't expecting Jett to necessarily be You know, that firing off right after his injury. I'm a little surprised Tomac's already firing off like he is, but they're both bound and determined. You know, it's like Tomac's bound and determined to end his career on a high note. You know, he don't want to have to retire knowing that Jett was daddy. You know what I mean? I mean, he don't want to have to do that after being second all-time Supercross dude. Like, come on now, you know. So that's a big factor, big chip on the shoulder, you could say, for Tomac going into 25. And then Jett, on the other hand, doesn't want Tomac to beat him and then go out, and then Jett doesn't have a chance to come back and, you know, sort of finish that off, like, because Tomac kind of got hurt in Supercross, you know. So I feel like we need to see both these boys stay healthy all the way through a Supercross season. You know, then you can say who's who. You know what I mean? You got to look more at championships when they were both in it for the whole time, not coming off of a fresh injury. I think the Tomac Jett sort of thing going on here is great for the sport. It's because you got the old dog and the new dog, and they're both up there trying to be the big dog. You know what I mean? I love it, bro. Love it, bro. But at this point, I got them still neck and neck. I really do. I don't see one as being way better than the other right now. I really don't. So, we gonna see, boys. Appreciate you guys watching all the videos. Definitely let me know down in the comments who you guys think is actually better. And I'll see y'all boys on that next one. Later, dudes.